In this video, I'm going to show you, prove to you in actual fact, that buying an antique vintage garden fork, any garden implement that's antique or vintage, is a really sensible idea, fantastic value for money, and you won't regret it. So much so that I'm out looking for vintage garden forks, but why not? To buy a vintage garden fork just makes sense because they are extreme quality, so much better than modern pieces, and great value for money, like for like. The problem is finding them, but if you find them, they're well worth it. So here we are, the Mission Hall Antique Centre in Barnard Castle. Come on then, come with me, let's go inside and see if we can find an antique garden fork. Okay, well, Dale, the owner of the Mission Hall Antique Centre, who you'll meet in a minute, has told me that yes, there is indeed in the front rooms a collection of vintage garden spades and forks. Let's have a look. Around, what have we got? Pottery hot water bottle. Two of them. You could use those. Staffordshire dogs, lots of collectibles, Art Deco cabinet, Knoll sofa, those drop arm sofas, one of the earliest forms of sofas you'll ever find. Might make a video on them at some point. Let's have a look in here. Oh yes, look at the handles, look at the wood. How interesting is that? Look at the wood of the handles of these vintage implements here compared to the 18th century chest it's leaning against. It's not dissimilar, great grain, great colour. It's bizarre because you can use these old implements and they're just tactile. You get pleasure with the eyes as well as practical use. I like the look of that one. I do like the look of that one, but let's have a quick look around what's over here. Old, oh yeah, shed tools, they're good news. Right, let me show you the difference between a brand new garden fork and a vintage garden fork. Sorry. Don't you worry, you coming in and you don't mind me talking. Yeah. So here is something, it's actually called a potato fork. So digging up potatoes, but just look at the patination on that steel. And it really is steel. It's no fake steel like you might find on these kind of steel looking garden forks these days. Ash handle, so a lovely, they're always ash, the vintage pieces. And remember, made to last literally forever. I'm not looking for a potato fork. I'm looking for a proper garden restoration fork. Take a look at this. So remember, ash handle, beautiful patination. We talk about patination all the time in furniture, obviously, don't we? Well, with vintage garden forks, you talk in exactly the same way. And look at the construction. See the handle? The shape of that handle. Look at the colour of it. I mean, it's as good as a piece of furniture. And can you see right in the centre? I'm operating the camera with one hand, and so I can't really, hang on a minute. Right there. Can you see that? It's a little peg, a hand-cut peg. So look closely. It's not perfectly round. It's cut by hand, and that peg helps keep the handle fixed, attached to the shaft. And look at this, a maker's mark. Have a read of that. Made in England. So if you've seen any of my other videos, we talk about dating antiques. Now you can date things with the England mark or the made in England. Well, the same applies to vintage garden forks. So the made in England bit was added after the First World War. So this post dates 1920. I would guess it predates the Second World War, 1939. So it's probably interwar period, and made by a company called G.T. Skelton and Co. Sheffield steel, the finest steel on the planet in their day. Companies in Sheffield were making Bowie knives that went over to America. So designed to last forever. Now on to the crucial thing, priced at, oh, I think someone's just fallen over outside.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, they have fallen over. Anyway, priced at £25. Well, I've been looking for new garden forks, and to buy that quality, which is almost impossible, it's a specialist online thing, I reckon would cost you, what, 5 times that amount of money, 7 times that amount of money, 150 quid something. So this Skelton and Co. Sheffield steel fork is coming home with me. It's going to be used and abused, and it is an absolute bargain. Follow the fork. Go and meet Dale. There he is. Hey Dale.
You're right now.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, steady away.
Now I'm one-handed. 25 quid for this fork. I'll have that, please.
That's grand.
Thank you very much.
A gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely. Isn't that a beauty?
It is.
It's good, isn't it?
Just the job, Sheffield Steel.
Sheffield Steel. I've just been talking about that. I mean, how good is Sheffield Steel? Seriously.
Yeah, spot on. Lovely. Lasts forever.
Exactly.
You're 100 older.
I'll tell you what, that will be employed hugely by me, and I'm not going to be afraid to use it like I would be with a new one.
No, keep going. Yep, just the job.
Brilliant. Okay, Dale, I'm one-handed, so you'll have to sort my money out. Take
Right.
25 quid out of that.
No, you don't.
There is no budget for this YouTube channel. Hello.
All right, there's far too much there, David.
I know. Well,
That's it.
but I do trust you see, Dale. That man doesn't.
30 pound in.
What's that? What did I give you?
£5 back. Well, I've kept that separate. That's another.
Oh, is that more?
That's more.
All right, okay.
It is
How,
great though.
how much have I given you? 25 quid.
25.
Brilliant.
I hope so.
Dale, always good to see you. Let's have a quick look around. Oh, sorry. Right, I'm off.
All right. Thank you very much.
See you
Enjoy.
later. Cheers. Yep, and all thanks to an antique garden fork that cost 25 quid.